Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another try at playing Bullets Chess in the Arena Kings format. I tried it last week and it did not work out for me. So today is another day, another opportunity. Hello to Foldminator. Aquila is in the house. Putin says, is there Arena Kings today? Yes, there is. There's an off-season Arena King. So it's basically what we were playing before chess.com made this Grand Prix system. So it's a standalone tournament with prizes for streamers, and everyone can participate. Vardude is also in the house, as is Halvard and Salah Flanders. And Bursting, LFC. Bursting is probably pretty happy since the last stream. The Liverpool Soccer Club winning their match. My guy getting sent off. Everyone else's guy not getting sent off, despite doing the exact same thing my guy was doing. So yeah, I'm a bit salty about that Premier League round last Monday, and also Mané getting the goal in overtime, completely screwing my team. So yeah, that was a nice match, everyone. Abid is also in the house. Let's both do well in the Arena Kings today, says Halvard. Well, I will try my best, but I cannot guarantee anything. We got some games going on. The Sinquefield Cup just started 30 minutes ago, and this is the opening in Magnus's game. And the good thing is, I think I might learn something, because this opening I have looked at quite a bit and decided that I don't understand anything what's going on. So maybe Mr. Carlson could enlighten me. He played his bishop to d3. I mostly focused on bishop to c4, but bishop d3 is probably okay as well. And then Wesley is just developing his pieces, as is Magnus. And I think the most interesting part right now is the fact that Wesley is delaying the capture on d4. So it feels to me like he's toying with not avoiding giving Magnus this structure. And this structure is supposed to be, okay, but not great. For white, with the isolated pawn, no other pawn in the vicinity to protect that guy, which means it has to be protected by the pieces. And that's what makes it isolated, and that's what makes it a problem. But interesting stuff that both players are kind of saying, oh, please take this one, because then, I can get my bishop out, I can get my queen into the center. And Wesley is kind of going, no, I'm just gonna develop my pieces and see what happens. However, after bishop b7, now he might have a problem with the queen on the same file as the black rook, and if we do something like this, then we have a tactic bishop takes h7. So that's not good. So that means Magnus's latest move, rook d1, actually prevents bishop b7, which was the very logical follow-up to the move b6. So good move, Magnus, rook d1. And I think at this point, Wesley is going to have to take the pawn on d4. After a3, is e4 worth considering, says Vosiki. I assume you mean in this position, right? a3, knight e4. Yeah, that's a line. Actually, Magnus taught me this line. I had no idea this existed until Magnus showed me this is a way for black to create some imbalance in an otherwise pretty symmetrical position. When does the Arena King start? Asks Django. It will start in 25 minutes. So we're just gonna look at Magnus's game and maybe play some bullet games, 1 minute chess before that. What DPI do you have on your mouse? Asks Abid. Yeah, no, that's a very normal question for gamers, right? And I think for chess, people have not been discussing DPI for chess, um, and maybe we should, because I'm very scared of when I'm playing Fortnite. People are like, well, you should really lower your the sensitivity of your mouse, how fast the arrows move when you move the mouse. Um, and I'm afraid to do it because I think it's gonna affect my bullet chess or my blitz chess. It's gonna feel so strange having to work really hard to kind of move the chess pieces. Does anyone have the link? Yeah, I can find it for you. I can find it for you. It seems like the tournament hasn't been they haven't listed it just yet. So I'll get you the link when they have, and I will ask the people. I will ask the people to get that up on the board. Yeah, usually they do it 1 hour before, but the off season has been a bit strange. So I asked them to put it on right now. Yeah, where were we? We were discussing Carlsen and openings. So Rook D1 has been played. Wesley is thinking. Let's look at the other games. This was pretty strange. Mamadiyar is playing the Tarash, which actually Kasparov used to decent effect many years ago. And here Hikaru goes H3, which is very uncommon. But it's actually really interesting because normally the main move here for black after say like b3, black's plan is just to go bishop g4, rook e1, queen d7, like having maybe some problems with an Isolani in the center, but really active pieces. So Hikaru goes h3, which is basically the only intention of that move is preventing bishop g4, and also maybe bishop f5, because if bishop f5, then g4 is interesting, capturing some space and also asking some questions to this bishop. So h3 is interesting, and then Shakriar answered with knight e4, and then Hikaru took on c5. So this is going to be interesting. A new idea against the Tarash defense. Not a lot of people play the Tarash, but it's actually Akobian plays the Tarash. So maybe this is useful. Maybe useful information. Hey Chess Bay, hey Daddy Cool. Passed pawn. And Attilas. Attilas with some facts. That's very useful. Maurice found that Hikaru had played h3 a decade ago and lost. Okay, so not a new idea, but an old one being tweaked, possibly, presumably, uh, since he's doing it again. I hope you kept Aguero in your fantasy team, says Past Pawn. Yeah, I did, but I did not captain him. So that means I didn't get double points, which means I'm way behind everyone else. But c'est la vie. Okay, let's check out the World Championship Challenger. Karana with the black pieces playing the Petrov again. And Maxim just developing his pieces. The knight d4 is a nice move because it kind of, if you just trade, then suddenly from nowhere you're struck with a double attack by the queen. So takes, and now black really wants to avoid ruining his pawn structure. So he wants to avoid bishop takes f6, but if he takes here, then we have the queen fork. So he goes bishop e5. Oh, this is actually very cool. Because if Maxim now goes f4, you know what no, maybe moves like this is possible. But I thought maybe you can even go bishop back. That would be pretty sick. And then takes, and now the difference with the pawn having advanced, I would say, too far. There's some weaknesses on the G file. However, here's still queen d4 is the double attack. So maybe his intention is more like I don't know, queen e7, and then if you take, then takes back, and there's a pin on the d file. The tournament is listed now, says Voski, and Atiasi has linked to the tournament. Thank you. Good evening, says Hawks. Thank you. I did have Van Bissaka, Bishop. Well, that means I had Sanchez and Peltier. And when they didn't play, I got Van Bissaka off the bench. So that was nice. -2 points for Van Bissaka. Yeah. No, in general, I had a frustrating round in my fantasy team. How do you find the Arena Kings tournament? You go to the when you go into the live server, there's a tab on the upper right corner, and then one of the tabs is tournaments, and there you can find the upcoming tournaments, and there you can click your way into the Arena Kings. What are we gonna do? We're gonna look at Magnus for a little bit. Something happened. So Wesley did take on d4, and now to my surprise, Magnus didn't take back. Instead, he chose to take on d5, which is a bit strange, no? Because normally you wouldn't want to exchange these guys. It just improves the position of your opponent's pieces. Wesley takes back with the queen. Yeah, that was... Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Feels like this opening is just good for black, and Magnus didn't have any real ideas. Because I refuse to believe that this is better for white. I feel like Magnus is intending something like bishop c4, and then take back with the knight. But honestly, if anyone is better, it's black. So, Magnus needs to do something here, because otherwise this just looks good for black. Queen c2 maybe. Ah, this is interesting. Queen c2. Wow, very tricky guy, Mr. Carlson is. Queen c2, both threatening the pawn and threatening bishop e4. But then knight b4. I guess we have to give a check. Yeah, this guy is in trouble. Wait, just queen b1? Something like this? I don't know. It feels like this guy is never getting out alive. Okay, so this could get pretty complicated pretty quickly. Because I feel like if queen c2 is not a good move, then this has just been a failed opening for white. So you kind of need to do it, but on the other hand, you can't do it if it's just bad. And it looks like Magnus is thinking, so he's not in his preparation. So he's going to need some time to calculate whether queen c2 is a good move. And if he decides it's not a good move, I guess he's just going to take this back. And you cannot take this guy because then there's the discovered attack with a check. So Wesley will do something like bishop b7 and then bishop e4. And yeah, white is probably very slightly better here. Because if he wants to, he can just play d5. So he doesn't really have an issue with Isolani. The worst case is kind of that everything just gets swapped off. Something like this. If Magnus could get bishop f4 and then d5, this could be pretty dangerous because the queen doesn't have a good square. But if bishop f4, then knight b4, kind of a lot of pieces controlling the d5 square. Rumblers with more facts. Sessa says queen c2 is terrible. Okay. I had a hunch. I had a hunch. Play like a child with the 8-month resub. Wow. Today's Arena Kings is off-season, Hawks. So that means it doesn't count for any Grand Prix system. The next season will start in a month, 4 weeks, on September the 22nd. September the 24th, actually, or the 17th. It's in the schedule. The new season. 17th. Okay, my bad. Okay, so queen c2 is bad. That means that Magnus will have to take back. And frankly, I don't really see what he's doing. He's gonna have to work some proper magic here. Maybe something like knight g5, h6, and then d5. I think he's gonna have to like go for the immediate opening of the position, while the black queen still hasn't found a safe haven. And then, then it gets complicated. But the thing about playing d5 is that either white is just doing very good, or all the pawns and all the pieces gets traded off. So it could be exciting for like 20 minutes and then just a draw. Did he talk about the Nakamura against the Shakiriyar game? Yes, I did. ever so slightly. Yeah, Hikaru played an idea which is new to me, but apparently it's not new to him. Bishop f4. Now, call me crazy, but oh yeah, I am crazy. You can just take this one. But bishop f4 actually protects this pawn. So if he were to do something else like a3, then you can just take on g3. So bishop f4 is both a developing move and a protection move. We talked a bit about this game. Nothing really much happening. Grischuk is in the lead. He got his knight to f8 in a Berlin endgame. It's pretty exciting stuff. Pretty sure I had this position in my analysis board. a4. It's really fascinating, these a4 moves. So basically, normally when your opponent goes a4 and you have the b5 square protected like this, you would go a5. But sometimes people try to claim that number one, it's more difficult to play c5 because of knight b5. But also, sometimes people just do like this stuff. And then they say that, oh, this pawn is actually not that easy to defend. And the fact that it's a Berlin endgame means that you cannot castle. If black could castle here, he would be doing completely fine. But it is a Berlin endgame, and he has moved his king twice. And how do you get this rook into play? So the best idea would probably be something like this. And then actually this is very effective because this rook both gets into play and gives protection to the a5 pawn. So a5 is definitely, a5 is definitely something Grischuk is considering. Also considering a6, I would think, because then he can go c5, push the knight away. Consider knight e6. Consider h5. It's just your typical Berlin endgame, which I have such a good score with black, so I get a bit. I wouldn't mind being black here. Okay, so Magnus has taken back with the pawn, bishop b7. I guess he's gonna go bishop e4, and either something crazy is gonna happen, or it's just gonna be a boring draw. That is my prediction. I think I'm gonna play one or two practice games, 1 minute chess. So get a challenge in. First person to challenge. We'll do a 1 minute game, and then it's time to join the tournament because it starts in 7 minutes. There's someone ready to play. Oof, that's not advisable. Ready to give a check. Let's move the pieces into the middle and crush the opponent. Let's give a Check. And Matebashki resigns. We have time for one more. So in the tournament so far is Krikor, Bartholomew, Azerbaijani Kid, Rosen. Those are the top seeds so far, but I expect a couple of more people will join as we approach the full hour. I clicked on the link by mistake, says Tomato Juice. I'm sorry. Did I crush you? And you didn't even want to get crushed? Okay, I guess we're gonna stick with the tournament and sign up. First game, probably against Krikor. I'm gonna remind you that Krikor was my opponent for the Streamer Championship final, where I beat him 3-1 in the last 16 matchup. So I have some pleasant memories. We have an Indian guy with a 2600 rating. That's pretty solid. We have Hans Niemann, one of the young Americans. But it should be possible to make a top 3 finish here. I mean, it should have been possible last week as well, and I failed miserably. But this one should be possible. Airborne says, "Oh, play me for one game." Okay, we'll do that. We have time. 3 more minutes until the tournament starts. I'm gonna checkmate you in 3 minutes. That's not an issue. Under Solini in the house with the hammer. No Narditsky, asks Ned. Well, there's still 3 more minutes, so don't count him out just yet. Chessbase said he's gonna play. Okay, I have a terrible opening. Now I have a good opening. That changed very quickly as this bishop got the massive diagonal towards the black king. Now we're going to reinforce it. Do like this. Next up, could have gone here, but I'm just going to create some chaos on the other side of the board. And also trapping my opponent's bishop. It's a nice bonus. That was like the worst move in the position. Okay, let's take this one. Oof, bad pre-move. But it's all good. And we're ready back for the tournament. Danya just joined. So in the first game, I'm going to be playing against Bartholomew. The format is 2 hours non-stop, which means you get a new opponent immediately after your game finishes, which also means that you may end up playing more or less games than your competitors. So it's actually very important trying to get the quick wins. That's going to help you out in the standings. Thanks for streaming these Bullets tournaments, arena formats. It's very entertaining, says Ned. Well, thank you for your feedback. Ulan solo feed strikes with the 500 bits. Thank you so much. Okay, I got some heavy bits in my last stream, and I said I was gonna dedicate my win. And let's just say I ended up losing a lot of games. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna dedicate a win for you, but I'm gonna do my best to show off with a good performance here. Okay, I feel like I played against John very recently because we have played this opening line many, many times before. Ooh, I took that one a bit too early. That was a huge mistake taking on G6. Yeah, because now I needed to go G3, which, frankly, I wasn't supposed to have to do that. And I had to because I took too early on that pawn. Yeah, this is just poor play. Let's do this one so that I'm ready to go D5 if he goes C5. And this I don't really care about. Okay, let's go here. Let's get this guy here, this guy here. The general plan for the next couple of moves. Maybe we can get this guy closer to the king. Yeah, that's not optimal. Okay, we're gonna change the pawn structure, give away the bishop pair, but give him the isolated pawn. Okay, I'm gonna have to go rook knight d4 because he was threatening pretty nasty stuff involving a d5 pawn push, pointing the queen down here. So that's avoided. Let's take this one. Let's go here. I'm really not sure what's happening if he plays b4. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think he was gonna dare playing that. Because it's a very risky move, placing the bishop completely out of play for the remainder, well, for an extended period of time at the very least. Yeah, now I'm forcing him on the defensive. Or so I thought. Okay, I'll take this. What is going on? Interesting. Let's go here. And then here. Okay, that may have been a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because now bishop e3 is such a big threat. Oh, so bad. I didn't need to let him threaten. Oh! Ooh. I had that one in the bag and I completely messed it up. I just started moving so slowly. If I had just played a little bit quicker, that would have been a win. Just a little bit quicker. I kind of tricked him there going into the endgame, getting that pawn up. Did you just miss mate? I don't think so. Queen h4, there's rook h5, right? That's what I thought, at the very least. I played this before, but I cannot remember anything. If this is off season, when is season? Asks Calculated Potato. The season will start on September 17th. And by season, I mean that the points will be scored together in a Grand Prix format to determine an overall winner. So this is just a standalone tournament, while the Arena Kings with the Grand Prix points we had. For 3 months this summer. That's going to start. That's going to start in September. Okay, what is going on right here? What just happened? I was not expecting that move. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to take this one. Oh. I'm confused. This move looks good. That move actually looks very good. Very, very good move. Developing the pieces, avoiding my rook getting captured, and my opponent resigns. Very good move. Ooh, and Mayer is in the house. Very, very scary stuff. The German bulldozer back in action. My chances for a top 3 finish just plummeted. 2007 checkmate. Wow, these kids, they're so young. Okay, so I have been studying new openings. We're gonna try this, and then this, and then this, and then this, which according to the computer is very favorable for black. Just FYI. 2 pawns up. It's a decent start. Let's move this queen somewhere safe. I think this is pretty safe. And then this is pretty safe. And then this is pretty safe. And this is pretty safe. Ooh, it's not safe at all. Rook d4 and queen b5 check. That was a terrible move. Okay. Rook d4, queen b5 check. That would have been, I mean, that was just 2 pawns right there. I blundered. I was mistaken to say that was very safe. But this, however, is pretty safe. Pretty good. All of those things you want in chess moves. Let's do the trade. I don't mind. I'm coming for your king, good sir. Or actually, I'm coming for your rook. But he caught on to that. He noticed that was my plan. Ooh, no, he did not. He did not notice that was my plan, and he resigns. Gonzaga from Mexico. Next up, I have been playing some Football Manager the last day, and I'm buying all my players from Mexico because they really know how to play soccer over there. I actually considered doing like a Football Manager stream, but it would basically just be to show off my players, right? Because at least the version of FM I'm playing is just so easy to win. I mean, you cannot not win, basically. So you can't really show it off for skills. I'm actually worse. I'm not worse anymore. Let's go here. Planning this move. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Knight c4, that hurts. Ooh, when the knight takes e5, the whole thing is coming apart at the seams. Ooh, and now this one. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt so bad. I want to do something fancy. Let's just move. Let's just move this guy. I mean, if this is not checkmate somehow, I'm gonna quit chess. Look at that king. Look at that diagonal. Something bad is gonna happen to that king very, very soon. Have you ever played versus Coach.net? No, I don't think so. Quit chess, says Emba. Yeah, No, I really felt like my position warranted a pretty big statement, because this is some very unpleasant stuff going on for the guy with the black pieces. My football manager team is better than yours. Yeah, I would imagine. I'm actually struggling getting all the good players. No, but also I read these stories of people who play the game and win, like they have top goal scorers, sorry, with like 60 goals in a season. And I'm not really there. I really wonder how they do it. You know what? I have misplayed this. G3 is gonna hurt. I have misplayed this so bad. Please do not take this guy. Thank you. If he had taken this pawn, that would have been a lot of trouble for me. But now I'm kind of okay. Ooh, actually, maybe I'm not okay. Rook c6. Ooh, rook c6. I have no way of protecting this pawn. Wow. How did my position, which was so unbelievably good, turn out this bad? Ah, I can give a check here. Um, yeah, it's worth a try. Yeah, he could have played rook. He could have played rook. He could have played rook f8. I really messed that up, but it's okay. I got the win in the end. That's the most important part. Ooh, Danya. And Danya has more points than I do. So, how are we going to play this? Are we going to play this move? Nah. Let's do this. Stay solid. Not sure what you're up to next, but I'm interested in seeing what it is. I mean, he's going to play something like 92. Oof, I blundered. He blundered. I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused. I'm very confused. What's going on? I would really benefit from developing my pieces. That's one way of putting it. I would really like to get my pieces out there on the board, doing some damage. But not really sure how that's going to happen. Let's take this guy. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, that's actually problematic. Let's go back. A crazy tactical game. I feel like Danya is not the right opponent for this kind of craziness. This got pretty wild pretty soon, pretty early. Let's do this. This. Okay, I might be winning actually. Might be winning. Hmm. He's gonna do his trickery. And then anything could happen. Wow, castles. Let's try this move. Now, Queen e4 was very tempting, but there are some lines in which he's just going to castle to get out of trouble. So I went Queen c2 to prevent castling. And now I'm going to get his rook. So he's looking for perpetual check right now, I think. Oh no! He has Queen g7. And then Knight f4. Ah, bad luck. Yeah, okay, so I should have... Yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh no! He doesn't have the check. Ah, he doesn't have Queen h7 check. Um, but he's gonna just checkmate me instead. Wow, this is weird. This is seriously weird. What an amazing game. Wow, that was crazy. I don't think Queen takes d2 was so good, but it was just to flag him. That was a crazy, crazy game. That was so good. Great game, says Linalam. Thank you. No, that was something special. That was genuinely something special. Number one, says Ned. Thank you. No, that was very, very, very special. Very cool game. It's not that often you get to walk with your king on a little field trip on h1. Yeah, no, that was actually so sick. Jumbas is my next opponent, and he's going down. Down, I tell you. He's going down. Because right now, I'm going to get massive pressure on the C file. Or at least that is my intention. And now we're just going to put the rooks in towards the center. And we'll see what happens. Thank you, Linolam, for gifting a sub to Wardude. I saw your feedback on my mispronunciation, but I didn't understand the feedback, which is unfortunate. Ooh, I'm going to trap this guy, and not in the Fortnite sense. Rook e4, rook d4, and then knight e7 was my idea. But now we're going to have to rethink it, seeing as how he did something else. I think I'm just going to double the rooks. No need making it overly complicated. But he blundered a pawn. So it's all good. It's a actually 5th win in a row. Wow, we're on a streak, and we had an amazing game against Danya. That was, yeah, no, that also yesterday, 2 days ago, I had a really nice game against Danya as well. Well, nice in terms of me winning unexpectedly. But yeah, it feels good. So I'm thinking knight c4, I should be able to do something like attacking this rook. But I can't see how to do it, so I'm just going to protect this guy. Just keep your guys protected, people, and you're going to win so many chess games. So many chess games. Just keep them protected. That's a ton of emotes, yeah. If only some of them were good. That's going to be the next step. Okay, I'm just going to exchange. And we're going to win this with 2 pawns up. No problem. Three pawns up. It's getting worse and worse for Jumbas. Yeah, he protected it, but it's not going to last for long. He's not going to be able to protect that for an extended period of time. You know what? I'm just going to... Never mind. He's a couple of pawns down, and with 13 seconds on the clock, he decided to resign. And I'm behind Mayer. How is this even possible? I've had a great start to the tournament, and I'm still behind Georg Mayer. That's tough. It's not easy to get ahead of the German, huh? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to take this and go here. Probably not very good, but it looks solid. And that's all I ask for in chess. Just give me something solid where I protect my pieces and gradually improve them. Yeah. It's not optimal, but I didn't want him to get this square. Okay, c4 is a terrible move. Terrible move. Because now I'm going to get something to d4. I haven't decided what I'm going to get to d4. I'm going to get something there. Let's try this. It's not optimal, but if bishop c5, he could take on d7. So I wanted to go bishop c5, but decided I didn't want to allow this rook move, which looked, frankly, pretty disturbing. Okay, now we're going to put this knight here. We're going to put this bishop here. We're just going to put all the pieces in the center. You're calm today, says Romulers. That's promising, he says. I don't know. Maybe that just means I'm not taking it seriously. Or are you saying that I shouldn't take? Yeah, maybe that's my problem. I get too stressed out with the competitive play. Nah, right now I'm calm because I'm so delighted about that game against Danya, I think. Because that was wow, really something special. Yeah, so I'm playing a 2000 rated guy and I'm not playing very well. And I'm not even up on time. There's like 5 different reasons to why I'm not doing very well. Okay, I just won an exchange. That's a solid start to any endeavor. And we're going to take this rook. And if I'm allowed, I'm going to take this pawn as well. I'm going to take this one. Oh, that was a mistake. Queen takes. Yeah. Okay, he didn't take with the queen. Taking with the queen would have protected this pawn on c4. So that was the reason why I was concerned. And now we're just going to play solid moves. Double up on the d file. Protect the bishop. Just generally making sure that the winner of this game is the black pieces. I'm just going to double. And I'm going to take what is given to me. Free knight, thank you very much. I think that's game. Let's take this one as well. Why not? I will take everything you offer. I really liked your game against Daniel, says Where Dude. Yeah, I did too. That was pretty special. Check. Check. Checkmate in 3 moves. You're up. Checkmate in 1 move. When was the last time you played against Carlsen? Asks Pontypanty. It was in June 2015, so 3 years ago. Do you want to ask me how it went? Because I would be very happy to answer. Let's take this one today. I won against the reigning world champion. That's something to write home about. It was normal time control. Let's put this one into the middle. Was that in Norway chess? Yes, Norway chess 2015. Magnus was having a really bad tournament. And frankly, so was I. But that last game, winning against Magnus, really, really saved the day for me. Well, the week, really. Okay, so he needs to go e6. But he didn't go e6, even though I said he had to do it. So now I'm going to have to check. Is there a reason why I cannot take this pawn? And if there is a reason, then I was unsuccessful in finding it because I have captured the pawn. I'm expecting knight v4, a3, takes, rook b8, takes, bishop takes d4, and then, okay, it doesn't matter because he didn't play it. He played a worse move, which now leaves his c6 pawn undefended. And it's just going to be a nightmare on the light squares. And 2 pawns down. And yeah, generally not great for the guy with the black pieces. So I would like to play h3 to kind of cover close to my king. Let's take this guy. Let's do this. Do you ever play the London system? Asks Calculated Potato. Yes, I did it once in Blitz the other day after getting a lot of requests to play the London. I don't really know the system, so it's more practical playing stuff you know, right? How many pawns am I up? I would say a significant amount. London is MVP, says Magic Andy. Yeah, I have played against the London system a lot of times. And a lot of those times against Magic Andy. Because he plays it in every single game. And it does get a little bit tiring. Because he will not stop using it. Yeah, that wasn't great. Okay, let's do this, I think. Do you see Carlsen as a compatriot or a companion cube? I don't even know what that means. Okay, it's time to resign, Mr. Ninja Kiwi from Norway. How many pawns am I up? It's so many. So many I lost count. One, two, three, four, 5 pawns up. It's time to resign. Okay, and this is not how pins work. You're completely misunderstanding the concept. And Naroditsky actually caught me in the standings because people refused to resign against me. Wow, this is infuriating, actually. People refusing to resign against me, and as a result of that, Naroditsky ahead of me once again in the standings. And now we have to be a bit careful because this may be a Indian guy with a very British name. but he's actually very highly rated. So we gotta treat this game with respect. Or actually, I'm very nervous. I'm just gonna lose. Because normally when I play, there's been a lot of actually cheat accounts on chess.com with these generic British names. But so far, I'm playing pretty well, I would say. Playing very well. Oh, I could have taken this pawn. Ugh, I could have just taken the pawn. What am I doing? And he's offering me the pawn once again. He wants me to take his guys? Okay, I cannot resist a pawn. Okay, that is just weird. I'm a bit nervous about the future of this rook, but I'm hoping that he will have to move his knight sometime, and then my rook is going to be so good. Ah, as I was saying. Let's do this. Yeah, his knight is really good, and that was a terrible move. Let's go back. Let's give a check. This is very close to checkmate. Okay, so far so good. Never mind. Okay, that was poor. I didn't realize he could just win the pawn. Yeah, that was very problematic. Ooh, but that was also a mistake by him. So now he needs to go king f2. Or maybe knight f3 is good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, he played this game so poorly, and still I'm actually in huge trouble here. Because his knight is so much more mobile than my bishop. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this. And then just hope for the best. Because I'm actually in big trouble here. Which I was just a pawn up for nothing a couple of moves ago. So it makes no sense I'm in trouble, but such is chess. Not great. This is just the worst game ever. I don't know how this happened, but somehow this became a drawn position. Probably I'm not going to make a draw because I'm losing on time. Ah, and now I'm losing on position as well. Whew! Wow! What a save. I'm actually very happy with that one. That was a good save. But it did cost me the streak. And I was completely winning earlier in the game. Whew. Have you taken the chess personality quiz on chess.com? Asks Calculated Potato. Yes, I have. Actually, please post the link to the quiz so that others can see what you're talking about. I have. I became, I think the Kramnik one. No, the Ivanchuk. No, it was something. Yeah, I don't really remember, but I tried it like 3 different times and got the same answer all times, even though I kind of changed it up a little bit. Now, it's a pretty good, pretty fun work through uh, quiz. Thank you for posting the link. Okay, so today we're gonna do this, and then this, and we're gonna exert pressure on these dark squares. However, there's a chance he's gonna play g4, after which I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So I'm delaying. Oof. Actually, now he can take this one. Okay, I decided to go for knight h4. Oof. He should not have given me that bishop. That is a big piece for me to get a hold of. And he really should quickly get his knight up to h5. Because now I'm doing the same thing. But he wasn't quick enough. Because I got there first. And now he's going to lose the pawn. However, if I take the pawn, then, you know, there's a risk I'm getting... Oof, that's not good. Should I take on d4? This one, then this takes. Should be winning. Probably this is more effective. Yeah. Great save, says Rumblers. Thank you. I was happy with that because I played that entire game so poorly. He actually offered a draw really early on, but at that point I was just a clean pawn up. So I mean, I'm not gonna accept a draw then, right? I'm kind of confused when I misplayed it. Danya has lost his streak again, and Georg is on a 10-game winning streak. Wow. 10 games in a row for Mayer. Calculated Potato asks, do you think the quiz answers apply to every rating group, or do you need a certain rating to really have a style? I don't know. You're asking very difficult questions. I'm supposed to play b6. I played knight b... Oof, I played that wrong. I played knight b6 when I'm supposed to play b6. I guess we're gonna take this one. But I'm a pawn down. I don't really like being a pawn down. Oof, I should have gone queen b6 first. I'm a pawn down for no good reason. It's not great. It's not great. Magnus has spent more than 40 minutes on his last 3 moves, says Angele. Yeah, that seems to suggest that he had not prepared this opening, and he did not like the outcome of the opening he didn't prepare. I just allowed bishop e5. No, because then knight c4. Yeah, I have some compensation. Now I'm 2 pawns down, but this guy on b2 is really difficult to defend. And if this guy drops, then the guy on c3 is going to be in trouble. And if the guy on c3 is going to be in trouble, then the guy on d5 is not doing so well. So this is a bit of a house of cards. Currently coming pretty close to just falling apart. He's going to play rook b1. No. I was mistaken. Take, take, take. Take, take, take. I could take this guy. Could take this guy. I'm not sure what to take. I'm going to take this guy, but I'm not too happy with it. Ooh, actually, maybe he can just play b3. No, that doesn't work. Some tactics makes the day brighter. Take, take, take. Ooh, and this one is hanging. Oh man. Caught out by the tactics. Always. Oh, and then. Man. I thought I had that under control, and then it just all fell apart. That was very unnecessary. Okay, the guy's spending some time. Oh man, I'm such a beast. Give me some hammer times for that stalemate. Oh, that was so good. So good. Such a nice stalemate. I think he considered going king h1, and then he just thought, no, I'm gonna get flagged. I'm gonna get flagged, so he just took it. Saving everything, left, right, and center. That's hammer time. Nice one, says Skelvichan. Thank you. I'm pretty happy with today. I'm having some really cool, clippable moments, if I may say so myself. The game against Danya, and now this stalemate. It's a good day. Let's. You know what? Let's just do this. Protect everything. Get things into the center. Stuff like that. Boring stuff. Linlam with another gift sub. This time to Uncle GTX. Thank you, Linlam. I appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna go pawn hunting. A favorite hobby of mine. And we're gonna get this guy. But I'm gonna do this first to disrupt the opponent's pawn structure. We're gonna do that first. Do I want to exchange the queens? That is a big question coming up, and I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna take back. How does the ad thing work? Do you get paid from Fuelan every time it comes up, or is it a fixed sum? It's a I think it's a pay-per-view sum, and it's not a lot of money. I mean, if I have 200 people watching a 2-hour stream, well, if I average 200 people watching a 2-hour stream, I get like maybe $1. So it's really not much, but I cannot turn it off because I mean it's still part of Twitch's revenue stream, right? It's primarily Twitch making the money from those ads. I actually thought this game was going to be over because I thought I had taken his pieces, but I see now that I could have executed this better. He's going to play knight d5. Okay, he did not play knight d5. It's a bit of a surprise. Oh, why are people playing on against me? This is, I mean, I've had a fantastic day. I think so far I have 3 draws and no losses. So points wise, I'm having a fantastic day. But in terms of tournament points, it's not as great since I'm not getting the quick wins. I'm getting the solid wins times and times again, but the quick wins are eluding me. Go knight e6. Come on. Come on, dude. There's no use in extending your pain. Extending your suffering. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yes. I got Capablanca, says Eilertson. Yeah, I really wish I remembered what I got. Because I just don't remember. I have 10.5 points out of 12. So I made 3 draws and the rest wins. So I'm having a great, great day, but I'm still third behind Mayer and Naroditsky. And Mayer is just way ahead, like always. Okay, I'm gonna try something I don't usually play. I'm gonna go this G4 variation. Shirov plays G4 like a beast. Now I think I'm just supposed to take this and take this. But I don't really know what's happening here. Okay, this knight looks pretty good. Wesley semi-blundered. Magnus in good shape, reports Rumblers. Thank you for the report. Please keep us up to speed as the game progresses. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Then we're gonna go for this. I need to play quicker. This is my issue. I'm not playing quickly enough against the weaker players. And that means I don't get as many wins because other guys gets 1 or 2 more games than what I manage. Taking with a pawn opens the attack towards b7. Looks pretty scary to me. I also have bishop here check. If I were him, I would be nervous about the next couple of moves. Check and checkmate to your king. I just love it when you're trying to create a stalemate position on purpose. So now, in a month, I succeeded twice in creating a stalemate, and I'm very happy with it. I probably shouldn't take that. Let's just develop the pieces and see what happens. That queenside castling. Yeah, but on the other hand, what was he gonna do, right? He was in so much trouble, regardless of what he played. Okay, I'm gonna go e4. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go bishop e6. Because if e4, you can take and trade queens. I thought, let's not do that. Because I need the quick wins. And if I want to get the quick wins, I should probably keep the queens on the board. That's what I'm thinking right now. I wanted to go e4, but then I blundered this guy. Actually, e4 may have been good, even though I blundered that guy. Yeah. I should have actually gone e4. Oh well. Let's go back to the stables. Ooh, yes, knight h3. Wow, I'm actually worse. Unbelievable. Wow. That I did not expect. I'm actually worse. Okay, let's do this. I changed my mind. And then do this and attack this guy. Ooh, yes, just rook g1. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, this is actually very dangerous. No, because now he also has the g-file tricks. I'm gonna play king f8 at the earliest convenience. So unnecessary. I mean, what he was doing wasn't good, but I let him do it in a good way. That makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna play rook e6 and knight b4 because I'm a tricky guy like that. Magnus down to 31 minutes with 23 moves left. Well, as long as Wesley kind of blundered, it's fine. Because if he gets a position he's comfortable with, he's going to play very quickly. So the reason he was very low on time, I think, is because he wasn't happy with his position. And now that he is, he's going to move quicker. What just happened? I mean, this guy is hanging as well. Dude! This is not how you play chess. This is not how you play chess either, but I love the cheapos. I really wanted to go for the cheapo. Let's take this. Am I getting checkmated? I don't think so. Is he getting checkmated? Yes. Yes, I do think so. A minute up on time. Make it happen. Yeah, I'm working. Working on it. Currently working on it. Let's just do this. No need making it complicated. I am Rosen. Eric Rosen in the house. Let's see what we can do with this. With this guy. Let's play a classical Queen's Gambit. Because all the good guys are doing it. Dirty flag, says Dispenser. No. Just your average, normal, everyday flag. Nothing dirty about it. That is not the way to play this position. You're doing it all wrong. This is not how you're supposed to do it. He's doing it all wrong, but he seems to have a plan. He does seem to have a plan. We'll give him that. Not sure it's a good plan, but he has a plan. Let's take this one. Do this. You have been outplayed, my friend. Only fourth, how? Asks Eilertson. Yeah, no, the draws are hurting me a bit. Because they, that was actually a good move. That was actually a good move. What is happening? I'm completely outplaying the guy, and now I'm stuck. And my time is suffering because of me being stuck. I messed that up. That was so bad. Oh, I came very close to not winning that game, which was pretty sick because I outplayed him by every single possible standard of outplaying. Loving those nights, says Eilertson. Yeah, they were pretty good. Did their job. They did their job in a good fashion. Everyone gets so confused when I play knight a6. I like it. What are you doing, my friend? Are you sure about this? I guess you were. Somehow I thought this is going to be very favorable for me, but it's not. It's not, is it? Or at the very least, it's not as favorable as I expected it to be. Yeah, I misplayed this in a bad way. Very bad way. Should I play b5? No. No is the answer to that question. Next question. Should I play... Well, come on, king c2. please. Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's move on. King c2, thank you. That was the kind of position where knights are actually better than bishops, says Skelbrand. Yes, it was. Because the bishop just is, it has nothing really to do. So it's just going to stand there like a big pawn and defending stuff. And it was actually quite annoying. It defended a lot of stuff, but in the end, I got the breakthrough. No losses so far. And I've been playing for 75 minutes. 75 minutes without a loss. I'm pretty happy. But I did make 3 draws, and those draws have messed up my streak a little bit at times. I'm very confused. I'm very confused. I don't remember this position being a thing in the opening. I'm just going to do this. No need making it complicated. Let's just let the guy take this one. See what he does from there. And now he cannot even take it. I don't want to give away this one. So let's go here. Ooh, I just allowed d4. Oh, that is so bad. So bad. I could have just played a3 and just a much better position, but no. I had to go and let him play d4. Okay, I guess we're going to play e4. I could pretty much pre-move bishop d3. He needs to go d3 as a pawn sacrifice, and then bishop g4. And if he does do that, I'm in trouble. And if he doesn't do that, as is the case right now, then I'm fine-ish. Okay, once again, bishop g4, really annoying. I'm gonna give up a pawn. Bishop g4. I'm just gonna play h3 to relieve the pressure. Ooh, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting bishop takes a2. That is the truth, and frankly, I don't see why I should have expected that, because as far as I can tell, you're about to lose a piece, my friend. Thank you to Alex with the 2-month resub. Eilertsen has had a look at Carlsen's position, and it looks like a clear draw. Okay, but do we trust your chess abilities, Eilertsen? Do we trust in your assessment that it's a clear draw? I guess we do. This day and age, we have computers, we have a well-educated or well-versed audience. So if you say it's a win, I guess it's a draw, I guess I'm going to believe you. Mayer has 16 wins in a row. 16 wins in a row. Wow. Okay, we get a game against Mr. Elham, the Norwegian kid. Pretty decent chess player. But this is not a pretty decent opening, I believe. I don't know, giving me the bishop pair like this? I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan. And also bishop d3 was a clear mistake, allowing me to attack this guy. I'm just gonna castle. And then f5, bishop f6. It's a bit weakening, but I think I can get away with it. So getting away with it, I was thinking this move, and then bishop b3, e5. Looked decent from a distance. This is also good. Just those pawns in the center. Nothing is going to stop them. They're pretty vicious. Am I going to play b6? Nah, I don't think so. What is my plan? I need a plan. Yeah, f3. I thought about that, and I thought, surely it's not good. Maybe it's not so bad. Okay, this I think is going to be my move. Kind of has to take, I think. Good. Well, if he takes, he's an exchange down. So, but on the other hand, if he doesn't take, then he's just facing those monster pawns, and that's not going to turn out good for him either. Get the pieces into the center. Good plan. Double the rooks. Also good plan. Queen exchange. That was unexpected. So he thinks he can draw this. Interesting. He does control a lot of squares. And I'm not sure how my bishop is gonna kind of do anything. Interesting. Defense planning here. If I can exchange off a bishop, I think he's pretty dead. So I'm just gonna take that one. And refocus on this guy. Actually, I can combine the threads. Okay, that was not a good move. How are you going to defend this guy? I don't think you can. You went too far with your pawn. And now I'm going to capture it. Rook e7 next. I'm just going to take. Alex is saying that it's a very difficult position to assess in Magnus's game. Okay, so I guess we're not going to call it a draw just yet. Okay, that was a blunder. I didn't really mean to give away my pawns on the king side. I'm not sure what the idea was there, but I'm going to take it. And then we're going to win this game. Okay, 35 minutes left of the arena tournament. I have yet to lose a game. I'm on a streak of 7 games in a row. That's pretty good. And I'm in 4th place. Wow, I'm not even winning a prize. I have not lost a single game today, and I'm still not winning a prize. Because Andrew Tang has late joined and is suddenly in 2nd place. What is going on? Oh my gosh. I'm not winning a prize. Okay, I just misplayed this opening horrendously. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Now I'm gonna play quickly for real, because I'm about to play the perfect arena, having some really nice games, some nice swindles, nice stalemates, and I might actually walk away from this without a prize. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play quickly, and frankly, I'm gonna have to play better, because this has been a disaster so far this game. Andrew Tang in 2nd place. We're going to take a quick look at the standings. And I am not among the top 3 among titled players. Where do you guys watch the Magnus match? You can see it in the live server on chess.com. Just go on the binoculars on the mid right section ish. You can also see it at the Twitch link in the chat. Good suggestion. Okay, I need to play faster. I need to play better. I need to just overall not play the way I'm playing. Okay. I'm playing faster. I'm solidifying my position. Things are looking a little bit up. That was a horrible trade for me. Why did I do that? Makes absolutely no sense. Why did I do that? Ugh. So now I'm going to have to play g4 to prevent him from, checkmating me. And I'm causing so many problems for myself. Now he's going to play knight to g5 and then to e6. I might actually lose my first game against a 2000 player. That's the way this is going. The level of my play. Okay, I'm going to try this. I think it's fine. This is a check. This is a check. That is a queen. Okay, but it's so close. This is actually really exciting. Yes, I'm currently not in a prize position, but on the other hand, it's just 4 points up to first place. So it's actually a really close match right now for the tournament. Already misplayed this opening. It's pretty impressive. I missed b5. I thought I could take on b5, but I couldn't, and now I'm just in a bad position. Yeah, c'est la vie. Just a bad position. Currently, I'm hating my position. I got myself outplayed by a 2100 from Brazil. No cause for concern, because I just tricked him, or rather, he tricked himself, I would say. Still a draw. If he had taken with the queen, but he took with a pawn, and now I'm just a pawn up, because I'm going to get this, and I still have an attack-ish thing going on. I'm just going to protect this guy. I'll play f3, queen d2, rook e5 in some order. Some order. Okay. He gave me an opportunity to get my rook on the e file, so I'm going to take that opportunity when given to me. And now I'm going to play f3, and everything is protected. And then we're just going to play it the slow, patient way. Actually, he has rook c3, but he did not find it, or didn't realize it was important. Okay, let's just do this. Yeah, I'm not playing this very well. Poorly executed endgames. Just come watch Hammer play. We got you sorted. Duck says there's nothing that's misplayed. I don't know. In chess, misplayed is a thing. Live with it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a chess expression, but it's the same way that kind of there's plenty of things in Norwegian that is expressions in chess, but makes no sense if you just look at how the language is normally used. So, å bukke I sjakk makes absolutely no sense, but it's an expression, just like misplay is an expression. This is the way you play this. Okay, I don't really remember how to do this, but I think it's knight d5 and then c5. I think this is how they play it. Oof, that's not how they play it. I just allowed queen e4. I'm confused. Maybe I was supposed to go c5 and then no. This now? No, that doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. What am I doing? Even bishop f4 now. Very good move. Okay, so I tried to play a fashionable opening. As a result of that fashionable opening, I am currently an exchange down for not a lot of compensation, but I'm feeling okay still, because now I'm threatening this pawn. That's pretty helpful. And now I'm threatening this bishop. Nah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Threatening the rook. I need to go quicker. I'm still in 4th place. I need to stop thinking about these silly decisions I'm making. Start playing quickly. That is the name of the game. Speed over everything else. Oh, he can just take the bishop and have no problems. Let's do this. And this. Still not better, because the bishops are very good, and I'm not going to be able to hold on to my pawn on c4. But on the other hand, my opponent hasn't really played the best moves so far. So maybe he's going to continue not playing the best moves. I could have just taken this one. Maybe. Okay, let's take it now. Bishop f d5 is a good move. Hoping he doesn't see it. Ah, he saw it. Ooh, that was a very good move. That one I didn't even consider. Are we gonna gamble? Yeah. I have no idea what's happening, but let's gamble. Checkmate in one move. It's a big threat. I'm very glad I noticed. Ooh, but now g4 renews the threat. Very tricky guy. Okay, I'm losing. My position is losing. He suddenly started playing so well. I was not ready for that. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to trick him somehow. Am I gonna take it? No. You're not getting my knight. Dude. You're not getting my knight. Okay, maybe you are. No! I lost on time! Serves me right for trying to flag him. That was so poor. First game I lose all day and it's to an 1800. Unbelievably poor. That is actually devastating. Yeah, I tried to time him. It didn't work very well though, did it? That was so poor. I mean, I was better there at some point, right? I was a pawn up or something. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's gonna cost me so much. By that, I lost my streak, and I could have gotten easy points against an 1800. Yeah, that was devastating. So bad. I had been doing so well today, and then just messing up like a moron. Penguin lost to a 1700. Okay, that makes me feel better, actually. Because I just lost to an 1800. Join the club, Penguin. There's plenty of more where we came from. And also, I'm misplaying again. I'm getting myself into trouble again. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, that was not the best move. He could have played bishop e4. That was such a bad move. Why can't I just not tilt when I lose? Terrible move. I mean, he's gonna just go here and cause some problems for me. Okay, I'll take that pawn. Okay, let's try to keep this going. Getting my pieces out, kind of. Yeah, that was not good. We're gonna have an interesting finish here. I think I'm getting checkmated. Nah, probably not. Thank you, Rumblers. 1,500 bits. Wow, thank you. Plenty of time, he says. Yeah, plenty of time to get mated. I'm scared right now. I just allowed the perpetual. Okay, let's take him on time, I guess. Okay, fourth place. Still 15 minutes left, or now it's rather 11 minutes left. A game against Josie. I'm gonna have to play this one really quickly so that I manage to get 2 games. So there's 11 minutes left, and each game for them is gonna take 6 minutes. So that means I need to win games and not spend more than 4 minutes. That's doable. That's very doable, actually. Okay, so we get this really weird pawn structure once again. No, we do not get that pawn structure. Because my man Josie has different plans. Oh, we do get the pawn structure. He changed his mind a couple of times there. But in the end, decided that this is for the best. Okay, this is just plain weird. I have no idea how to assess this. Okay, that's probably not so good. I don't think that queen is doing such a tremendous job on h1. Let's go bishop f4 also. Almond with the sub. I feel like that should be a resub of pretty high caliber, but thank you for subbing at least. And I'm gonna win this game very quickly. And then we're gonna have one final matchup. Let's check the standings. I'm currently in third place among the title players, but I have no chance of catching Danya. So I just need to stay ahead of Andrew. That's the only thing I can do here. It's kind of depressing being Josie right now. This is not fun. Okay, so I get the win. And I get a new game immediately. Ooh, and it's a pretty tough opponent. A kid from Azerbaijan. And if I win this, I'm pretty sure I get the prize. But if I do not win this, probably I don't get anything. I feel like he misplayed this, but somehow I'm the one with the worst position. I really feel like he misplayed this. But yeah, he's just gonna play bishop d3, and I'm not that much worse, but definitely worse. Oh, never mind. I just blundered. How did... I don't know what went through my head that made me think this was going to be okay. Okay. I guess no prize for me. Like an idiot. You know what? I'm just going to resign and then play another game. Not sure about the strategy here, but I think that was the right call. Yes, it was the right call. Another game against the Mexican. And we're gonna go for as quick a checkmate as humanly possible. 4 minutes left in the tournament. Let's check the standings. Ooh, he has knight c3. Okay, that would have been problematic for me if he had played knight c3. As it is, I think I have decent attacking chances. And by decent, I mean unbelievable attacking chances. There should be a checkmate in here somewhere. Ah, that was a bad move. Yeah, that was a proper bad move. Come on, fall for it. Fall for it. Thank you. Okay, so I got the win. Let's look at the standings. Andrew is currently playing. Andrew is currently playing. Interesting. We might end up on equal amount of points. Okay, there's 2 more minutes, so I'm gonna offer a draw. That's what I'm gonna do. When the time comes, I'm gonna offer a draw. That was a terrible move, by the way. We need to play 19 moves to offer a draw. And with the current situation in the standings, you don't really need to see the board, you just need to see the standings. Ooh, and Penguin can also try to make a draw. Penguin is going to have time to make a draw as well in his last game, and then he's going to be ahead of me. Oh, and my guy is not going to want to draw because I just blundered a pawn. He's going to refuse to draw because he doesn't know the system, probably. Do you have time to look at Sinquefield afterwards? Yeah, I can do that, Alex. I can do that. Okay, I got the draw. Apparently, I'm behind Penguin on something. We have the equal amount of points. He has played 2 games more than me. There's 4 seconds left. Is he gonna play a draw in his final game? No. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this is shared third place among the titled players. It was a pretty good stream. Some really, really nice highlights. The win against Danya, where I played my king from G8 to, no, from E8 to D8 and all the way up to H1. That was very, very good. Fantastic game, really. And we had the very cute stalemate trick. So I'm pretty happy. I lost against an 1800, which really did dampen the mood, but until that point, I was having a great, great tournament. We're gonna take a little look at Magnus before ending the stream. If you are Norwegian and interested in Magnus's games, I recommend that you follow the final round of the Sinquefield Cup on Monday, 8 p.m. Oslo time. I'm going to be doing a Norwegian stream on Magnus's game. Okay, so I'm assuming that allowing bishop g5 was the mini blunder, because that allowed Magnus to get a little bit of pressure on the black position. And Magnus has gotten himself a passed pawn on the c file. Ooh, and he's sacrificing a pawn of his own. Wow, this is pretty intense. This is pretty intense because now if Magnus moves the queen away, then Wesley can take this guy. So maybe Magnus blundered. Is that a possibility? H4. What can that have been a blunder? At the very least, he needs to take this one, because if he doesn't take that one, he's just going to lose 2 rooks for a queen on d1. Thank you, Eilertson, for the $5 donation. Thank you. Is there any streams showing the tournament? Yes. I'll host them maybe after this, but STL Chess Club. In the chat. Okay, so this is really, really interesting. Because no matter what happens, this is going to be a a rook against 2 queens situation. Because either Magnus plays something like queen b7, and Wesley is the one with the 2 rooks, or Magnus is going to take on d8, and then Magnus is the one with the 2 rooks. So this is really, really interesting. Magnus now sitting there with a choice of whether he wants the queen or play against the queen. He went for queen takes d8. I think that's what he had to do, because he has no chance of making progress if he gives up the 2 rooks. But what's going on now? He has a passed pawn, but it's going to be very tricky getting that passed pawn to advance down the board. Rook d7 is an interesting suggestion. Giving up this pawn because it was so difficult to defend anyhow, but then getting the pawn at f7 and being ready to coordinate the rooks going against the g7 pawn. Someone was saying Magnus was low on time, but here it says 19 minutes. Okay, Magnus does play rook d1, but he goes with the other rook. So I think that's about covering the first rank. So he wants to make sure that black doesn't get any checks. And now something like f6, you go c7. And then the pawn is just 1 move away from queenie. That's pretty close. Then you can do something like rook d2, put the king on h2, and then rook e7 maybe. Yeah, Magnus is definitely the one going for a win here. So I think people are saying that Uh, Wesley should take this pawn, but that is a pretty big and dangerous decision going into something like this. I mean, you could easily see this king getting checkmated. Rook here, maybe? Oh no, here you can just take this one. Yeah, this is definitely winning for white. So yeah, it feels to me like Magnus is very close to winning this. Because right now, Wesley has to make a very tough decision. Is he going to allow Magnus to take on f7, which allows the rooks to coordinate beautifully and also create chances against the black king? Or should he allow the white pawn to go one step away from queening? Can Magnus lose this? Asks Calculated Potato. And the answer to that is no. Magnus is definitely in charge here. It's just a question of whether he will win or not. And I'm going to say it's pretty likely that he will win. I think it's more than 50% for Magnus to win. Because right now, those choices between letting the pawn go one step further and letting the rooks coordinate along the 7th rank, that is just really troublesome. You talked about this earlier in the week, 2 rooks against queen. Yes, I did. And also I've been posting on the Play Magnus Twitter and Facebook accounts. And we've made a discussion of how much is a queen worth. Because yesterday it was about, in the game against Anand, Magnus could have won a queen in exchange for a rook, a knight, and a pawn. And he decided not to do that. And now he has decided to give away his queen. So in general, the top players in the world do not appreciate the queen as much as the engines. And in general, people agree that the engine overestimates the queen. And that is actually one of the final problems with engines. One of the few places where a human evaluation can trump a computer. That is when queen sacrifices and imbalanced material is happening. Yeah, and we see Wesley is taking his time because this is a really, really tricky decision. $250 from Almond. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wesley has played a move. A5. Okay, so he allows Magnus to play the pawn to c7. And he's just going to rush the pawns on the queen side, hoping to get a 4 against 3. Oh, and people in the chat are going crazy, saying this is a mistake and that black is losing. Yeah, so I said more than 50% chance of Magnus winning. And apparently, once again, human intuition strikes. Because this was a very difficult position for Wesley. And now people are saying that it's a mistake. Of course, I think it's still not very clear, but Magnus goes c7. And now I would guess b5 is the idea. b5, rook d2, check, king moves, and then b4. I guess this is the idea. And why is the computer so upset? I would think rook takes f7 in a situation like this one is the reason the computer is unhappy right now. Something like this. So maybe in this situation you should go f6, but yeah, because then there's yeah, probably this is what Wesley is relying on. He might even go f6 here. f6, and then do this, and we get this position again. And it's not entirely clear how white is going to get that final push. And if you try the same idea with rook e7, you can just take this one, because it's perpetual check in the end. Can't the rooks just pick up everything? Asks Zizigi. Well, if he didn't play a5, I mean, that's the reason he didn't go queen takes c6, right? Because he's very scared of the rooks just coordinating and attacking the king and picking up pawns all over the board. So I really understand why he felt he couldn't go for this pawn on c6. And then the big question is, in a position like this, how does white make progress? And probably there is a way to make progress, because the engines, people are saying the engines say a5 was a mistake. Vargs with 1,000 bits. Thank you. JLH, I love your stream. Thank you. And thank you for the bits. Which engine says that? Cessa says 0.00. Okay, never mind then, because I'm looking at the chess.com chat, and they are going crazy saying that a5 was a mistake. Okay, and now b5. Yeah, because to me it really looked like it wasn't possible to make progress. So to me it wasn't so clear. I still believe that this is the situation we need to have clarified. And if Cessa says 0.0, then I guess this is not winning. It's close. But I guess it's not winning. Rook e2, maybe you can just go e5. Yeah, I think the pawn on f7 is very key. Wesley really needs to keep that guy. I guess maybe we can watch it until the time control. I don't know. I'm a bit tired. Doesn't really look like much is... Okay, so now he needs to go check. Check, maybe you can go king g2. And it makes a difference that the queen is on c6. Yes, of course that makes a difference, because now you're not attacking this rook. f6, rook e7, queen back to c3, rook c8, queen c5, king g2, king c6. It's kind of difficult to get out of this. I mean, even with two rooks up, it's still perpetual check. So you can't really do... You need to have the rooks in attack in order to queen your pawn, but at the same time, if you go into the attack with the rook, then your king is in trouble. So Wesley is gonna lose, asks Dispenser. I don't know. I think not. It's pretty complicated, and then Magnus will win, says Romulus. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it could be true. We have some new moves. Rook d2. Oh, Magnus actually goes for the repetition. Magnus goes for the repetition. So he wants some more thinking time. This is actually interesting, because my opinion is that when you think you are winning, you should go for the repetition. Because right now he's pretty low on time, and he's getting more time on move 40. So if you think you're not objectively winning, it makes sense not to repeat, so that your opponent gets less time to figure out the complications, the issues. Whereas if you think you are objectively winning, you should repeat the position, because then you get enough time to really consider your options and find the correct way to the win. So actually, I like the fact that Magnus just repeated, as long as he doesn't do it 3 times. I think if he only repeats once, then it's a sign that he just wants more time to consider his options in this position. Is hammer a common name in Norway? No, I don't think so. Oh, there's a couple of people named Hammer. There's a war journalist, and then there's a mayor in Bærum, and then there's my extended family. Probably more people as well, but it's not super common, no. They don't have increment, only delay, says Robin Petter. Yeah, but they still get extra time on move 40, right? So it makes sense trying to get to move 40. Can you comment on Hikaru's game? Yeah, we can take a look at that. What has happened? Ooh, Hikaru playing g4. Getting some space. Hikaru actually lost 2 games in a row. So I would think Mamedyarov is trying to go for the win. This is a very complicated position. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I can see what Hikaru is doing, but it does feel like Hikaru overextended himself a little bit. He's trying to win this pawn on d4, but it's going to be pretty difficult to achieve. Shock has been playing some nice chess lately, says Mr. Bagger. Yeah, no, he's rocketing up there, right, in the ratings. Very impressive. I have 2 draws against him, so I'm pretty happy if he becomes the next big thing or the next number 2. I don't think he's number 1. I think it's going to be tricky. Hey Hammer, nice tournament. Thank you, Chess Bay. It was good for a long time, and then I lost to an 1800, and that cost me the 3rd place. So it's always like that, right? The beginning is nice, and then things turn sour. But I had such a sweet game against Danya. I don't know if you saw that. I won with my king on h1, and I was black. So that was so sweet. And I had this really nice stalemate idea as well. More than 3,000 people with the name Hammer in Norway. I love these people in the chat coming with their facts. I mean, we basically have fact checkers in the chat. I love it. I don't have to know anything so long as I can rely on you guys. I don't know if you would consider 3,000 people common. So there's like 5.2 million people in Norway. 3,000. It means that it's less than one. Actually, what is promille in English? It's less than 0.1%. I would say that's not common. How is your Danish? Trust me, if I tried to speak Danish, you would think I'm making fun of you. Which, frankly, I am every time I do try to speak Danish. You have a weird way of pronouncing things. Let's go back to Magnus's game. Did they make a draw? No. Yeah, so Magnus has repeated the position once, and now he's thinking. I mean, he's not risking anything. So the idea that he would make a draw here, I think, is ludicrous. But probably it is a draw, because it's difficult to get away from this. But, I mean, yeah. f6 is such an important move. Because also, if the rook gets to take this, it's not just about having the option to double on the 7th rank, but it's also the fact that if the rook comes to f7, it protects the white king. And then it's doing an attacking job and a defensive job at the same time. So just, Wesley really needs to stop that. 150 bits from Almond. Thank you. How many people are has Hammer as their first name? I would guess less than 3. What place did you finish in the arena? It says fifth, but I was shared third in titled players together with Andrew Tang. So I don't know if the prize is going to be shared or if they have some kind of a tiebreak system. Because frankly, I had less games played than uh, than Andrew. So if there's a tiebreak system, it should favor me, in my opinion. Okay. Magnus has played a move. He goes rook d4, and Wesley pretty quickly playing f6. Huh. I would I would kind of suppose the idea is g4, but that's a very risky move. As long as black can play e5 and kind of bully this rook. Um, yeah, rook f4 is a good suggestion, because then you actually threaten this guy. But that can be parried. I mean, you can just go king g6. Maybe then you can go g4. G4, but then this is interesting actually. Yeah, this is interesting because this might not be a perpetual. I mean, white is kind of running away here, getting the rook back. So maybe g4 at some moment is Magnus's idea. Maybe. Um, yeah, so Wesley was really quick to play f6, and then Magnus just goes back and repeats. Okay, I don't understand this. Wesley wanted to play f6 anyway, so Magnus now just lost the tempo. I guess he's just gonna make a draw. Because I don't see the point of doing this if he wasn't just gonna make a draw. Seven minutes for the world champion. I'm also trying to time my raid of Alex so that I can get straight into a game when we start out. Sorry, something is up. Okay, I think I don't really have anything sensible to say about this position, and also Magnus seems to go for a draw, so I think I'm gonna call it right now. Calculated potato, how did FPL go for you this weekend? I got 62 points, including Van Bissaka, third sub on the bench, getting in there because of Peltier and Sanchez missing. So you can imagine how I feel about that FPL weekend. A reminder to everyone. A reminder to everyone that. Can you hear that sound? Yeah, maybe you can. A reminder to everyone that on Friday, that's in 2 days, I'm playing 4-player chess together with Danny Ranch, together with John Bartholomew, and everyone's favorite Bigfoot. So that's coming up on Friday. Starts at 9 p.m. Oslo time. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go play some Fortnite. You are very welcome to come join me and watch Alec while he's doing that. And that's it from me today. Goodbye, everyone. I think Magnus is gonna be a draw, but he's taking his time with it.